News.mc on Monaco Info is brought to you by Monaco Legend Properties. Bringing you news on Monaco's economy, culture, sports and more. Welcome to News.mc, your English rendezvous on Monaco Info. Coming up on News.mc, discover past week's top stories and meet the people who make Monaco.
My name is Anastasia Shevchenko. I'm an anthropologist and you are watching News.mc on Monaco Info.
What's been making headline in the past week? 1 year after its inauguration by the princely family, Maritere has blossomed into Monaco's most ambitious eco-district, both a feat of engineering and a thriving, sustainable neighbourhood. Built on 6 hectares reclaimed from the sea, it has transformed into a serene, car-free space where footfall exceeds expectations and public life flourishes. Community engagement, including resident gardener workshops, has helped forge a strong identity. Environmentally, Maritere is a global model, with its successful transplantation of Posidonia seagrass hailed as a marine conservation breakthrough. Economically, it has drawn significant investment. Nearly 80% of homes are now occupied or being fitted out, with half the owners new to Monaco. A decade in the making, Maritere is now fully integrated into daily life, symbolizing Monaco's future, innovative, green, and globally admired. After just 1 year, it has already become a cornerstone of the Principality's sustainable growth strategy. Monaco's firefighters gathered on December the 4th to celebrate Saint Barbe, their patron saint, in the presence of His Serene Highness Prince Albert II. The day began with Mass at the cathedral, led by Archbishop Dominique Marie David, attended by dignitaries including Minister of State Christophe Meerman. The ceremony paid tribute to those who serve in dangerous conditions and reaffirmed the Corps' commitment to protecting the Principality. Fire Chief Lieutenant Colonel Maxime Ivra later addressed attendees, highlighting key missions and challenges, including adapting to new technologies and increasing demands, with more than 10,000 interventions expected this year. Monaco's Peace and Sport organisation celebrated its annual Champions for Peace Awards on December the 4th with a ceremony at the Yacht Club of Monaco. French international footballer Grace Gayoro was named Champion of Peace 2025, recognised not only for her athletic achievements but also for her humanitarian work. She recently founded Power Be Great, an association supporting youth through sports and education in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Peace and Sport also honoured the Chenet Foundation, winner of the 2025 Socrates Prize, created by PSG coach Luis Enrique and his wife Heina Quelar, for its support of children receiving medical treatment abroad. The Christmas season officially began as the princely family opened Monaco's beloved Christmas village at Port Hercule on December the 5th. This year's theme, the Land of Bears, transforms the area into a nostalgic world filled with plush teddy bears, festive lights, and cozy holiday charm. With 24 merchant chalets, 24 gourmet booths, and a newly reopened ice rink, the village offers something for all ages. Parades, concerts, and family activities run throughout the season, making this cherished destination a highlight of Monaco's winter celebrations once again. An extraordinary nativity scene is once again captivating visitors at Monaco's Carmelite Chapel this Christmas. Created by Father Jesu, the elaborate installation blends the traditional story of Christ's birth with thousands of handcrafted details, from modern elements to symbolic figures like the devil, reflecting humanity's ongoing spiritual choices. Featuring scenes of waiting, passion, and redemption, the display invites deep reflection as well as wide-eyed wonder. Constantly evolving with new additions each year, the scene is designed to speak to children and adults alike, regardless of belief. A QR code shares the full story with visitors. At a ceremony held at the Maison de l'Océan in Paris on December the 9th, His Serene Highness Prince Albert II presented the Grand Medals Albert I and the Thesis Prizes for 2024 and 2025, celebrating achievements in oceanographic science and advocacy. Established in 1948 by the Oceanographic Institute of Monaco, the Grand Medals honour individuals whose work advances marine science, informs policy, or bridges disciplines. This year's scientific laureates include Hervé Clostre of CNRS and Lynn Shannon of the University of Cape Town, while mediation medals went to Nina Jensen and explorer Frederick Paulson. The ceremony also recognized young talent through the Thesis Prize, awarded in partnership with the French Academy of Sciences, which supports doctoral researchers with €5,000 to advance their studies. Winners included Charlene Guillaume and Roselle Rus Garcia Corona, with special mention for Nicolas Seyon. Since 2014, the ceremony has also highlighted public engagement, with recipients often going on to achieve international distinction. The evening closed with a tribute to Professor Philippe Taquet, whose passing marked a great loss to the scientific community. Monaco's cultural landscape has gained a major new addition with the opening of the Caroline Media Library, inaugurated on December 10th by His Serene Highness Prince Albert II, the Princess of Hanover, and Charlotte Casiraghi. Located near Collège Charles III, the 2,500 square meter media library brings together Monaco's library, video library, sound library, children's library, and toy library under one roof. Open to all and free of charge, it offers over 200,000 resources across all formats, a 120-seat auditorium, and dedicated spaces for children, teens, students, and researchers. Designed to foster creativity, social connection, and access to knowledge, the library includes quiet study rooms, game areas, and reading corners. With 36 staff and extended opening hours, the space promises to become a vital hub for the community. Hugo Mikhalev suffered the first loss of his professional boxing career in front of a packed crowd at the Salle des Étoiles on December the 6th, falling short of claiming the IBF International Super Lightweight belt. Facing the experienced Irishman Sean McComb, Mikhalev was knocked down 3 times before the referee stopped the fight in the 8th round. Despite a valiant effort, the Monegasque boxer was outmatched by McComb's precision and control. Mikhalev vowed to bounce back, stating his ambition remains unchanged, to reach the top and one day compete for a world title. Next up, our exclusive interview with the personalities making the Principality.
My name is Anastasia Shevchenko. I'm an anthropologist. I was born in Russia, and I spent the first part, I can't say that it's the first part of my life, but I grew up in Russia and I studied in many places, including England, United States, Russia, and France. I studied journalism as my main profession. I was a journalist, and then I wanted to make it more profound, and I received a PhD in anthropology. You have to be interested, geniusly interested in people, and that was linked to my profession as I'm an intercultural management expert. That's how I wanted to go further in this direction, and I received an education in anthropology because anthropology learns the society, people around, and what's between what's been said and what is done. So we learn how do people organize life around them and how do they live, in simple words. My PhD thesis was about Monegasque identity, and I was trying to understand these people, who they are, and how this community, what strategies do they use to preserve themselves as they are, to evaluate with the world, but at the same time to preserve the sense of community and to be who they are. How do they understand who they are? What are their intuitions about who they are? I learned Monegasque people, and that was my first intention because I know that Monaco in itself has a kind of idea that it gives to the world, and this idea has not that much to do with the local population, and I wanted to understand how do they interact with this idea of Monaco. My idea was to study another side of the coin. People imagine themselves as a community in quite an artificial way, and my aim was to show that it's not like this, it is working here. When I was making an analysis of this understanding, I saw that they see their identity, I've imagined it in 3 layers. The first layer, I've called it an archaic layer. Monegasque people, first of all, is Monegasque from Monegasque family. So it's tied to the parenthood. I think that the basis of Monaco identity is the attachment to the land, to the parenthood, and to the Catholicism. It's a Catholic state. After this comes the second layer, which is inevitable. This is a narrative layer. It's how do people understand the reality? How do they understand what's good and what's bad? So the third layer, I call it justification layer. This is about the exact strategies of people. How do they justify why they should keep their privileges, why the circles should be closed? And I take the negotiation with the European Union as an example when these strategies go up on the surface. So that's the nutshell. I'm trying not to see the publicity which are shown. I'm always trying to see normal people, normal places, you know, some kind of reality. Because anthropologist is interested in the difference between what is shown and what is said and what is it in reality. You have to be as a child, as a pure, innocent child who know nothing about this life, just go there, observe, participate, go here, go there, listen to this, listen to that. And then you can have something that appears, which you didn't expect. I understood that Monaco exists when I saw it from the Roquebrune. I saw this small, wonderful something. It was like late at night. I was coming from Italy and I saw this beautiful harbor and I really remember my first impression when it was extremely beautiful and I felt that it's something very special. It was a kind of intuition which I had. And the first impression when the next day I woke up and I went to walk around, I felt that here everything is different. Before I came to Monaco, I have to say that I saw the whole Russia. I mean, you cannot find on the map a city which I didn't visit. I did it for work purpose. Then I've traveled most of Europe. I visited Spain, I visited Italy, I visited France, and Monaco was like the last point to discover. And I came here and I had this feeling that everything is different. I couldn't imagine what and how, but I think for the whole my life here it was a feeling. And even why did I come to write my thesis? Because I wanted to show to other people that it's different here. There is something which should be known, which should be shown to other people who don't know Monaco, who never saw it.
That's all for today. Thank you for watching News.mc, your English rendezvous on Monaco Info. Discover the full interview and more stories on our websites, News.mc and MonacoInfo.com. Next week we will receive Ian Sosso, founder of Monte-Carlo Capital. This show is intended to provide a summary of the past week's top stories for the English-speaking audience. For daily and real-time news updates in English, please visit News.mc and subscribe to our free daily newsletter. For French news, visit MonacoInfo.com. This show was brought to you by Monaco Legend Properties.